Most guys I speak to think you have to choose either getting strong or getting fast. It's a difficult thing to balance, but if you've seen any of the hybrid stuff out there these days, you know that it can be done. And say hybrid, it's just training like an athlete would. They've been doing it for years. Concurrent training, I call it. Yes, Phil? How are you, mate? Beautiful day. And it's the way that you can do both without burning out, without getting injured all the time, and not feeling fucked all the time. And today, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I structure my training as someone who lifts and runs and has hit strength PBs and 5K half marathon PBs over the last year. Do we want to train outside today? It's risky. Seagull shit everywhere. There were a couple of baby seagulls out here recently, and sometimes the parents can get a bit aggro and start attacking you, so I think I'll give outdoors a miss for today. Session one of the week done, full body strength. And I don't know if you're anything like me, I used to believe in the past that you couldn't make a lot of strength gains and run a lot at the same time. But turns out that's a myth, because I've been doing it myself, and I coach guys in the program in the Modern Man to also do similar. And if you train with the right intensity, the right timing of things, get your recovery right, manage your load and your volume, it can be done. So I'm going to talk you through my training week. Just when I get inside now, I'll sit down and talk you through it. It's tough because you've got to balance training, work, life. When you're a busy guy, it's not easy. How are we like in the lift mirror? But just know it can be done with smart training. All right, so let me take you through a week, my week. I can give an example of what I'm currently doing, and it can give you some insight into how to structure and set up your own weeks of training. Now, caveat, if you're a beginner to this, you may want to split things up a little bit more, maybe do a little less volume to start with, because I've been training like this for best part of 3 years now, and so I can tolerate double days and things like that in a little bit more. Still tough and still very, very taxing on the nervous system. And so that's something that is really, really key, is to manage your days so that you don't have too many days in a row that are really taxing on your nervous system, because then that's going to have an impact on how you feel throughout the day, your mood, how you think, which will have an impact on your work. So managing the load is the biggest and most important thing with running and lifting together. So breakdown of my week goes like this. Monday at the moment is strength day. I'm doing 3 full body strength days. So Monday is a bit of pre-lift plyos, actually, squats, lunges, upper body superset, bench press and pull-ups, and then a bit of core work at the end. And this is covering all bases, because the plyos are going to help ramp up the nervous system to build the strength on the squats. And there's always context to the training, because I'm going for hitting a sub 19 5K at the moment, whilst building my strength numbers to a 1.5 times bodyweight squat, bench press, 2 times bodyweight squat, 2.5 times bodyweight deadlift. So my training is geared towards that and getting faster. So yeah, the plyos are going to help running economy, get faster, be more springy, have more power through the lower body. Strength, just building that strength, and then the pull-ups again, just to keep the upper body pulling strength in there. At the moment, Mondays I'm doing V-ups, so that's really working the core. It's summer, so still got to have some abs if boss, and then also working the hip flexors, which is going to be really protective for running. Tuesday is an easy run, so again, managing the week so that you've got a higher CNS day on Monday. By CNS I mean central nervous system, how taxing that session is. Tuesday, a bit of a lower CNS day, so an easy run, just keeping it real breezy, which for me at the moment is about 5:20, 5:30 minute per kilometre pace, anywhere between 6 to 12k, that is. Wednesday is a pretty tough day at the moment. That's where I do my first double day of the week. So that's very, very taxing as well. So in the morning, I'm getting my strength session done and then trying to space out the day at least 6 hours, the session. So I get my strength work done first thing in the morning normally, which is a deadlift day, then upper body, because later on we've got some intervals which I try and get on the track down here in Cardiff to do, which vary week to week. But an example of that was in my first week, I did 12 lots of 400 meters at a pretty high pace. So we're working at speeds and paces that are at my 5k goal pace or faster, just to work A, the speed through the legs to get them used to running fast, and also B, training my body to maintain high output under fatigue, which will carry over to the 5k test that I do. Thursday is recovery day because after Wednesday, that double day is going to be pretty tasty. And got a PDF that I follow that I give to the guys in the program as well that really helps to gamify recovery days. So it's almost a point system, and we want to try and accumulate 100 points on recovery days to recover our best, essentially. Just really dialing in on nutrition, dialing in on sleep, dialing in on getting in as much of a relaxed state as possible. And then Friday, again, is second double day of the week for me. I do strength in the morning, which again is another squat day, paused squats at the moment. Plyos before that. So I'm doing plyos twice a week. And then, what is it? I can't remember now. Let me look on my app. Pause back squats, 4 lots of 4. Then bench press, so just building that 5 sets. Heavier day this day. Weighted pull-ups and some extra hamstring and posterior chain bits just to cover all bases across the week. Friday is also my threshold run in the evenings, which pretty spicy, especially in the heat that we've got at the moment. So threshold runs are pace that is sustainably hard, so you feel a bit fucked, but like you could do a bit more. And what that does is it helps your body to tolerate and get better at buffering lactic acid as you're running. And the better you can do that, the better you can sustain faster paces without your legs being absolutely fucked. Again, for the 5k, that's going to help me be able to hold that pace, 3:45 goal pace, for as long as possible to hit that sub 19. And then on the weekend, I vary this depending on whether I want to be a little bit social and go for a social run on Sunday, or if I just want to go out and get it done. It can be a Saturday or a Sunday. It's a longer run, essentially. As an example, last week I did 16k built up across the weeks. That is the structure of my week. And the other day on the weekend, is another rest. That's the rough basic structure of my week so far. Again, like I said, take it with a pinch of salt because that is specific to me. I've been training like this for years, so I've built up the tolerance to be able to hit the gym 3 times and run 4 times. For yourself, you might want to start with a couple of gym sessions, a couple of runs a week, or 3 gym sessions, 1 run, vice versa. It depends on what your goal is and what you want to achieve. Because that's the biggest thing, is specificity on what you want. Then we can build around that. So yeah, that's my week. I think a big part of training in this way is recovery. It's huge, like I said. Getting your nutrition right, so fueling for your sessions, getting enough carbs, especially if you are going to trial out some double days. Allow yourself to have more carbs, even sometimes more processed carbs. Like I love a bowl of Cocoa Pops if I'm doing double days in between, because it helps you perform better, helps you recover better. Chalky milk, absolutely elite. Having periods of time where you can reflect on how you're performing, how you're recovering, are going to be huge. And then you can adjust your training accordingly to that. And I do have a resource that I put together called the Lean and Athletic Blueprint, and it goes into a lot more detail and depth as to how to goal set for yourself, how to build and structure a program. It's actually got a program in there that you can steal, rinse and repeat if you want, which will help you with this for sure. So that'll be in the description down below if you want to grab it.